Good morning, good morning. Just getting some things together so we can get started here shortly. Seeing a shadow there for some reason today. As I slurp on my coffee. Give it just a few minutes. I'm going to share with everybody so they know we're live. Everybody having a good morning. I've got my coffee going. I had my visitor already. And he has gone home to come back later today. Okay, I sent out a few there. Hopefully that will get us going. Hi, Miss Karen. I see Kathy. I see Sandy. See Wanda. Looks like I've got to get one more thing and give everybody a little chance to get on, and we'll be ready to go. If anybody wants to work along with us today, you can be grabbing yourself 3 sheets of 6x6 coordinating patterned paper. Okay? You'll need 3 sheets of 6x6 coordinating paper. That'll work on the main technique, and then of course you'll also be able, we'll have 3 card bases and 3 layers. I am looking for my little booklet as we look here. Leave it to me to lose something that I need, of course. What, would that not be unusual? That's okay. We're going to go with it, I do believe. And get started. It is a sunny, cool morning. Hello, Miss Covey. Hello, Miss Joanne. Definitely, it's definitely sunny. Definitely still cool. Just so you know. Just so you know. Okay, let's get started here. I am Carolyn Bosley, Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator. And you are watching through our Inky Gatherings group on Facebook. We have a business page. We also have a demonstrator page and just a storefront page. You can grab things that I'm showing today and lots of other things, of course, at inkygatherings.stampinup.net. Just click on Shop Now. There's clearance. There are new things. There are exclusive only to online orders that are not in our catalogs. So a lot of things on there for you to be able to see. One thing I want to mention is that during the month of October, it was the 3rd through the 31st of October, we are celebrating 35 years this year, so we will be offering a special in which you can get 35% off of the starter kit. And that means, let me move this up just a tad here. So you can get 35% off of the starter kit. Normally a starter kit is $99 plus tax for $125 worth of merchandise that you choose. However, during this month through the 31st, you can get 35% off the kit, which means you'll get $125 worth of product for $64.35 plus tax. Or you can get 35% more product with your starter kit, which is option 2, which means you get, you still spend the $99 plus tax. There's no shipping on the starter kits. And you get $168.75 worth of product. Now, you cannot go over those amounts. You can go under, but you want to work to get as much as you can, as close as you can, to those dollars amount to make it worth your money. Yay! So, let me see. I may try scooting this down just a tad. And let's see what else we can get into here. We are going to mainly look at a technique that uses designer series paper. And you can start out with 12 by 12 sheet and cut it down, or you can start out with some of the 6 by 6s. The set that I'm using today, or the pack that I'm going to be using today, is Joy of Christmas. And it is a 12 by 12, but I have cut down to 6 by 6 sheets, a pack, and I'm using off of that. Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pebble Path, Real Red, and Shaded Spruce are the colors that coordinate with this pack. So I'm going to lay it to the side. I just wanted to show you it does come as a 12 by 12 to get us going. Now I'm going to try to get this ring light off there. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Just a little, maybe. And then we're just going to use a simple stamp set and die getting ready for Christmas if you follow along on page 31 of the Holiday Mini. And again, that's this catalog, or if you look online, it's on there also. We're looking at the Christmas Classic Bundle. It's these sets and then all these dies, but we're going to do a simple, I think we're going to be using Peace on Earth and just one of the square type shape dies. Okay, so we'll take a look at that and see what we come up with. We'll add some little ribbon maybe and things like that and some embellishments at the end. But the main charge here is the technique. Okay, so let's get this going. You need 3 pieces of base cardstock. I am using the Cherry Cobbler. I'm going to go ahead and cut these now. You don't have to. You can wait and do those later. But do be picking out you some 6 by 6 paper. So I'm going to score at 4 1/4, and I am cutting at 5 1/2, okay? So there's 2 of the pieces I need. Again, I am scoring at 4 1/4. Oops, let's get that cutter blade out of the way. Let's score first, and then let's cut at 5 1/2. Okay, so I need 3 of those. I'm just going to put this other one in my to-go pile here. Okay, then I am going to need 3 layers of a coordinating cardstock. I chose pecan pie. So when you look at that and you see the little pine cones and so forth on here and the little pieces, it just flows really well, I think, with that color. So that's what I am choosing. Hello, sis. So with the pecan pie, I'm going to go 3 7/8. Let me get it here. 3 7/8. I hope I'm doing this one right. By 5 1/8. This is my little book that I lost my book. It's laying around here somewhere. Jace helped me do some cleaning today, so I'll find it later. Okay. And I do need one more, so let's go ahead and cut it at 5 1/8. That piece over my stash, and this needs to be 3 7/8. Okay, so I have 3 of those. Now, if you're using a colored cardstock for your base, you're also going to need some inside pieces for your greeting. And you'll need to put those on the inside. So I am pulling out 3 pieces of white here. Most of the time my white I just have cut into quarters. And then I'm going to cut it down to 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And that's for the inside. I think I can cut 2 of these at a time. Let's see. So I have 3 1/2. The white, and this is just the white basic, so it's not the thick, so I can cut it. And 4 3/4. Okay. So I have my 3 inside pieces. Now, here are the 3 pieces that I have chosen. And you can see they have backgrounds, but I really like these 3 together. Okay. This one is semi-directional, but I don't think it's enough to where it'll give me a problem. You have to watch your directional pieces. Okay, and then I have the red, and then I have a green. So I'm going to cut these all 3 at the same time. Okay, I'm going to cut all 3 of them at the same time. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to cut at, I'm going to put my sheet at 3 3/4. Okay, 3 3/4. And then I am cutting. I'm just going to lay these off to the side. Now, of course, we're doing 3 cards, so you will need 3 envelopes. Okay, so I'm going to lay my 3 envelopes over there to the side also, so I don't forget those. You guys sometimes let me forget my envelopes. Okay, then we're going to turn these to the side, and we're going to cut at the 5-inch mark. Okay, so we've got it lined up on the left-hand side. Let's see if I can get this back down here at the 5-inch mark over here, and then we cut this off, and going to lay those over to the side. Okay, so now we have these, and I am going to pull them back up here. Now, there's not really measurements here because it could change. Hey, Miss Faye. Good morning, good morning. This is called the stack, cut, and shuffle technique. You've probably been seeing it everywhere, okay? Some people do it to an exact measurement. Some do not. I think at this point, you could literally cut 3 lines here and then do what we're going to be doing when you see what we're done. Or you could do 3 strips this way. Or you could do the diagonal and it worked the same way. But we make it a little bit interesting, and let's just see here for a moment what we're going to get. You know, if you had a big image down here and this was directional, then you would want to watch what you were doing, okay? But I think what we want to do here, I'm going to cut from this top corner, and I'm doing the corner. Let me pull it down a little bit more because I know you can't see that. What I'm going to do is put my corner pieces in my, what do we call this? The track where the blade's going to be, okay? And then I'm just going to decide where I want this to be. Now, I'm not going to cut from that corner. I don't want to be in my little edges, okay? But then I'm going to cut through. So there we have that. Those are going to stay the same. Then I'm going to move this a little. And where do I want to cut this? There we go. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's what I have. So at this time, I'm moving my piece out. Okay. Okay, so that's what I have. Okay, I'm going to move the book out of the way. So we've just got a little bit of cleanliness there. Now, we're going to dry fit. Everybody sort of knows what dry fitting is, I believe. So we're going to lay our 3 mats out. Okay, laying our 3 mats out here. And I just start with the top piece. And I'm going to lay it out to the top. And like I said, I'm just dry fitting at this point. I think everybody's going to get the gist here in just a second of what we're doing. Okay? Okay? So what did we do? We stacked our 3 6x6. Hello, Miss Vicky. I hope you had a good birthday. We stacked our 3 6x6 pieces up. We made a cut. And then when we placed them back down, we did a shuffle. Has everybody got me so far? How cool is that? So, just so that we can get some of these out of the way, I'm just going to start to assemble. Now, I start with this top piece because I've got 2 pretty good straight lines, but just depending on how you've cut, oops, got glue bugger. How you've cut your pieces, you can start with any of them. You just want to, I do the straight line as much as I can. And I'm going to leave about a 1/16 of an inch. You guys got to excuse me, I got to take my glasses off, get a little close here. Oops. I had some glue on there, didn't I? Let's see if we can get that thing moved back in place. My crazy old eyes. Okay. Then let's go with this one. And it's just, you're just fitting them like a puzzle. That's all you're doing. Oh, one essential tool I forgot to tell you might need is some hand sanitizer. Remember, I say hand sanitizer works wonders in bringing this off. So let me spray some hand sanitizer on my hands to get that glue sticky off. Yep, all done. We're all done. You too, Vicky. Be safe. Sip of my coffee. So there's one, and we're just going to lay it over to the side. Come back and start the next one. And who's working with me and who is waiting and going to post some pictures this afternoon after you make one of these lovely cards? We've done some very similar. You know, we just sort of revisit techniques and so forth, because this time of year we're trying to get some presents done, you know, and as much as I want to sell you anything and everything out of the catalog, I know that you've got lots of DSP and so forth. If you don't want to do Christmas cards this way, you could still do birthday cards. Just pull out some birthday paper. You could do, oh, beautiful fall and Thanksgiving paper with some of that, those gorgeous papers we've had in the past. You could also make a set of miscellaneous cards as a Christmas gift. Okay? So your options are endless, but these are pretty quick, simple, but they give that wow factor. Can everybody hear me okay? Are you hearing an echo? Good morning, Miss Sandy. Okay, so that's number 2 done. So see, even though we're using the same papers, they're going to end up looking a little differently. Okay, so just bear with me. We're going to continue. And I love the fact that you get 3 cards. Yes, 3. Oh, which side did this go on? I just picked it up and went the other way with it, didn't I? 3 cards. Just think of snowflake paper. Thank you, Karen. I've still got to give you a visit, or we've got to meet one day for lunch or something. And there will be some goodies coming a lot of folks' ways, just as a thank you for helping me maintain my status of Silver Elite. So I can't thank you enough. And I'll be working hard this year to keep going. So I hope I can continue giving you guys ideas and so forth. And I want you to give me ideas too. Even if you private message me. And I can't say that I will, you know, have something on next week or anything like that. But I try to always, as folks ask me how, what, all that good stuff, I try to always get it. Oh no. I try to always get it in there somehow for folks to learn. So let me know if you've got something. There we go. Had to pull and shimmy. That's the reason I like the Tombow glue for things like this, because it gives you a little bit of time to play in case you have a mess up. So all I'm doing is rubbing the hand sanitizer on. Okay, so we have this. So let's just go ahead while we're gluing. Let's use our bone folder. Fold those 3 card bases down. Oh, look at those just laying there with those colors. I think that is gorgeous. And then we are going to get this put down. And sorry, I may have put this piece upside down, but it doesn't matter. That's the good thing. Well, thank you, Juan. They're very easy to do. There's just some cutting involved, but once you get that first one done, you sort of understand that there's not exact measurements that are needed. And it works. Look there. Oh, I think those are gorgeous, just as they are. Now, here's something we're going to do then. We have our 3 pieces here, okay? And remember those 3 pieces that we cut from the top? Or cut from the end? So one will go here. I need to cut that off because I will trim it off one end, but that's okay. So I'm going to put it from the top side. Instead of the bottom, I'm going to go from the top. A lot of people put the paper on the bottom. And I saw another demonstrator. She put hers on the top, and I thought, that works. Said, oh, well, Carolyn. There we go. And again, I know I've got to cut those off. But I'm just working off the cardstock instead of the paper, since that's what I've got to do. Now, when I'm trimming like this, I always just trim from the back side because you've got your straight edge there to go by. And anybody that's local that has gone up by my house the last couple nights, you've seen this big blow-up Mickey thing in my yard. Well, it was so windy that I told Jimmy as he left out this morning, I said, you're not going to be here. And the wind is, they're really calling for high winds in our area. I said, so just go ahead and let Mickey down. You know, I mean, he's staked in, but let him down so we don't have him blow away or something. Well, for 45 minutes this morning, Jace is running from the door to the window behind Pop's chair to the craft room window. Nikki! Nikki down! Nikki down! I said, yes, I know Mickey is down. And Pops will fix Mickey as soon as he gets home. Well, as soon as that was said, he starts his round again and goes from door to window to window. Nikki down! Nikki down! It's sort of funny. Sorry. And it was okay until I had heard it for about the 20th time. And then I'm like, Nikki is down. He doesn't say Mickey fully yet. It's Nikki. So, but there, what do you think? What do you think so far? So, I think what I will do is go ahead and get these in. Because I'll just handwrite. These will go to some that I will handwrite. And if you want to go ahead and put a verse in there before you put them in, you can do that. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, 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 pretty. Now, guys, I didn't have any of this cut. I hope you saw that, right? I cut as we were going through. So, We're doing 3 cards and envelopes. Okay? So let's see. Okay, so we have our 3 cards done, except for the embellishments and the greeting on the front. So let's pull out our envelopes. Okay. Now you remember those pieces, those 3 pieces that we cut off the 6 by 6? Let's take a look at our envelopes. This would be a great little 3 card set to give as a gift. So we are going to just glue on the outside of the flap. Not real close to the edge. You don't want it to move off. And then you're going to take your piece and you're going to just glue that's it. Okay, and then we will trim off a little bit here in just a moment. Oops, not the card. We need the envelope. Two down. So there's basically no waste on this at all. Sorry if you're getting my head in the picture. Okay. So then, again, trim from the back side. I may have scooted that one down a little bit. Not got the full flat piece right there covered, but I think we've got enough. Oh yeah. Well, if I can get a hold of that one. There we go. One. And I'll just match it up to how I did on the inside. Okay. The piece that we did on the inside, that's what I'll match the envelope to. Or, you know, I'll try to put those together if I'm mailing them. If I'm giving them as a gift, they can, ever who the recipient is, can put them together how they would like to mail them. They will all coordinate, that's for sure. Well, hello, Tracy. Yeah, pretty much in less than 30 minutes you have the cards, the bases completed along with the envelope. And now you're just ready to embellish with the greeting. And, you know, if you want any little rhinestones or sequins, those type things on there. But this way you get 3 cards. Totally completed coordinating cards. Woohoo! 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 Okay, let's pull in stamp set and die set and see. Like I said, I want this really, really simple. Okay? I'm going to use this die. Oh, this is the Christmas Classic dies. Like I was saying, if you follow along, this is the stamp set and dies on page 31 of the Holiday Mini. We're going to use this Peace on Earth and this sprig. Okay. So yeah, we're making. I want this to be this paper's gorgeous enough. You don't need lots of other things. Let me move that out of the way. This is a photopolymer set, so I'm pulling out. I've got 2 blocks, and here's that, and my Peace on Earth. A couple pieces of white here. Let's pull in the stamping mat. Hey, Miss Tammy. Thanks. Thanks, Tracy. It's quick and easy, Tracy. It's just, I said everybody's been seeing it go around. It's sort of a trending thing right now. It's an older technique, but it is brought back now under the name Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. And we use the inside pieces, or a piece of the 6x6 on the inside, a piece on the DSP, and on the front, and had we had scraps. I mean, they couldn't have been used on anything else, I don't think. So, let's see what color. Because these are sort of darker, and where I'm going to put this, I may do the sprigs in Old Olive, since it is one of the colors. Let me see what I can... Oh, I think that will be fine. Oh, yeah, I don't need that many, but, yeah, I'm cutting up the page. That's okay. Then I am going to use a couple of these. And I think in the Cherry Cobbler, I am going to stamp the Peace on Earth. And then that one didn't stamp so good, so I'm stamping another one. Okay, who are my demonstrators here? Tell me, is gold foil or gold glimmer paper still current? Don't know if I'm going to use it, but I think I might like to try. We will see. Oh yeah, I would be able to do what I'm thinking about doing if it's available. Or I might just have to use... Let me try this. I may just have to use the pecan. That might be a better solution for me at the moment. Let's just see here. One. I'm over at the Big Boss. Yeah, I'm not bringing it under the camera. Just going to cut it over here, just off camera. I'll be back. Sorry. I'd be playing with this just so you can see that I sometimes have to figure out things too. What we call slivers. Oh, I like that. Do you like that? Oh, you can't see it on camera, can you? Let me get another one. Let me get them done, and then you tell me. We'll have to add a little bit of greenery. There's two. And three. I know I'm not done, so don't. Let's move this out of the way, though, so we don't lose it. Move these down in so you can see what I am doing here. What do you think so far? Huh? Put a few more little sprigs of things out. Okay, I can't see your comments at the moment just because I'm at the Big Shot or at the Big Boss, but I want to know what your opinion in that is and give me other ideas in case I decide to do more of these. What would be your, how would you do a sprig or something else on there? And I've still got to add a few sequins or embellishments of some sort, I know. But you be typing while I am cutting the last one here. Are you typing? Let me see. Gotcha. So gold foil sheets are still there. Oh, distressed gold is also available. Okay. So that could have been an option. So here's what I think. Let's find some dimensionals. No, I didn't need that many. Let's see. I think I only need 4. Yeah. So we're going to pop this up. I think. I'm going to do it a couple different ways and see which looks best. Okay. And then we're going to glue this one down. And I think I glued on the bottom side, and I've put a dimensional on the top piece. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to slide it under and making sure it'll adhere. What do you think? Okay. Now, we also have another option. Looking at my time. Aha! We're having an in-person class next weekend at Mount Lebanon Church in Boone. Contact Kathy Dees if you're interested in attending, if you're local. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I may have to do a little something here. It's okay. Don't panic. That's the main thing. We can always cut another and stamp another piece, but we're not even going to need to. See, watch this. Now, I am going to use some of the heavy-duty Stampin' Seal Plus. Okay. Let's see how this works. And I don't know, may not like it, but we're going to do one of them at least this way. I'm using dimensionals. Sort of like that little ribbon on there. Oh, 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 oh. What do you think? What do you think? So, look at this then. And I'll work on that little piece of ribbon there and get it down just a little bit more, but yay! I'm putting my pieces in here so I don't lose them. And then I will finish decorating them. And I will post them this afternoon. But in the meantime, I need you guys to post me some cards. Okay? I'm getting up my mess. Going to leave it to your imagination. See? Now look. Right there. You can't see it when it's closed. I want you to see, though. That sometimes happens. Okay? Don't panic. It's not taking off much of the glue at all. And you can do that right there. And that, people, is a shiver. Okay? So there you go. Sorry, I have my pieces in there and I'm not wanting to lose them. Look at that. Wow. I think I could hear Jay saying, wow. Okay. Well, hello, Miss Susan. Yeah. No. Now, I want you to buy all new Christmas paper from me. Do not get me wrong. But I understand that you have DSP out there. And it doesn't have to be just for Christmas. It can be for Christmas, for winter, for fall, for birthdays. It could be just an assortment. You know, you could make a get well, a happy birthday, and a sympathy card to have as a gift. That would be a great little Christmas gift just to pass over to someone. So, I hope to see you posting this afternoon. And until then, happy stamping. Again, Carolyn Bosley, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can find products on my website, inkygatherings.stampinup.net. Don't forget the great Join special that's going on right now with 35% off of the starter kit or 35% more. And that's in celebrating our 35 years with Stampin' Up! Okay? I hope you have a great afternoon and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.